friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I have some coloring books that I was sent from a company. Let me just make sure I'm in a good view. They contacted me and asked me if I would share these on the channel, and I said that I would be happy to. And the company is called Umoja Ink Press, and they sent me 2 of their books. So volume 1 and 2 of it's called Beauty Close-Up. So Beauty Close-Up, volume 1 and volume 2. And I wanted to share these books with you guys on the channel and kind of give you a flip through, and then we can pick a page and we can color it together, because both of these books are like a grayscale type of image, and I know a lot of people struggle coloring grayscale portraits, and so I thought I would color one on this video for you guys, plus show you guys these books. I will leave links to these books down in the description box below if you are interested in these books. And I want to thank the company for reaching out and sending these to me. I know it's taken me a minute to get to film these, but life has been very crazy, and I appreciate their patience. So let's just start with this first one. First off, we have like a matte cover, so it's not super glossy, so you don't have to worry about a shine coming back at you. Here's the back side, and they do have social media places where you can post your completed pages at Umoja Ink Press, #Beauty Close-Up. And here is some pictures right here, and here's the front. So we start off just with the title page. Just want to make sure I'm good with my viewer. And right here it talks about like coloring tips, that this is a grayscale book with realism and intricate details. They do recommend colored pencils or alcohol markers. Just remember, if you are going to use alcohol markers in these books, to put that blotter page or that like extra paper behind your work so you don't ruin the page behind it. And you can share your artwork on their social media, and you can check out more of their books on their website. But here we have this gorgeous lady. It's number 1. Just let you look at that for a second. I had to rub my eye. This beautiful woman too. Look at the hair, so cool. I think this these books would give a really good opportunity to color dark skin. Notice on hers, with the grayscale, you see a light line around the face. That actually shows where they put in shading and stuff. Because there's a light source that's hit at a certain angle. She's beautiful. Look at her eyes. I could totally see this one having like a very colorful hair. Like a maybe like a lavender or something. eyes are done really well. And even though like these are like close up and like you don't see the entire head, these like portrait views are just stunning. A lot of them remind me of famous singers and movie stars and stuff. Look at those curls. They're so defined. This one might be a little trickier for me to color because it's kind of faded, but to me this would be, the hair color would be maybe white, like dark skin, light hair. And if hair intimidates you, you could take a page like this where the hair is very dark and already, since it's a grayscale, you could just color the rest and just leave it like this if you wanted to. Look at those earrings. Gorgeous. An older woman. I actually really like that they have that. Give a range, because beauty comes in all ages. Look at her hair. She's got quite a few curls. She looks like a movie star to me too. And here we have a more rounder face. Maybe a plus size model, maybe. She's beautiful too. Her hair reminds me of like, kind of like the 80s a little bit. This one is very loose, the hair. Her eyes are gorgeous. They've done a great job of like the face, how, since it's a portrait and they're so close up, the shading with like the nose and stuff. Another one with long flowy hair. And hers is all tied up. Beautiful earrings. And she looks like a movie star to me. Someone that I recognize. It's early in the morning, so I'm not going to give you names because I could be totally throwing out names in left field. But when I look at some of these girls, some of them remind me of specific actors, or not actors, actresses, and singers. Her with her curls, gorgeous. Another really pretty one with long hair. And then another older lady. And she'd have gorgeous white hair and beautiful skin. And so that's the end of this book. And this paper is Amazon paper, but it's a little thicker. It's not super thin like other books I've encountered, and it is very smooth. It's not very toothy, so to give you a heads up on that. The next one is Beauty Close-Up Volume 2, and here is the back side of this one. We have 6 thumbnails again. And starts off just like the other one did, but this is volume 2. Oh, sorry about that, guys. There's a dump truck outside my house, and my dog tends to bark at like trucks and anything that's out of the ordinary. Her hair reminds me of something you could color with watercolors, but I don't know if you'd want to use watercolors in this book. Maybe you could do it with distress inks. She's stunning. She has full lips. Very beautiful. And so does she, and look at her eyes. Gorgeous. And here's an older woman. She has like a hat thing. I'm guessing the hat must be really white because it's so light in the grayscale. She's younger. You can tell she has some little freckles on her face. Her eyes are very young looking, like you can see innocence. Like when you look at a picture like this, I like to think, how old do you think that girl is? This one is another young one, I think. But look at her hair. It would be so interesting to color. That could take a very long time, or if you wanted to just use alcohol markers and just color it straight, you could get done fairly quickly. Depends how you'd want to work at these. There's no right or wrong way to color. These ones with the wraps would be fun to do one kind of like tribal looking. And they all have gorgeous earrings. I like how her eyes kind of tilt up. You can give a really cool cat eye effect. If you wanted to practice like your makeup technique, portraits are a great way to do that. Like by just coloring your base layer of like what color their skin is, but then working on creating the makeup look. And then if you achieve something great on paper and you really like it, then maybe you could try it on yourself. See, this is a straight on picture. For me, when you try to color a straight on picture and that there is no grayscale, it's hard to figure out where to put shading. And they've done a beautiful job on this grayscale one. The paper feels fabulous, by the way. So this one's very ethnic, which I love it. She's gorgeous. She reminds me, this one reminds me of like one that would be in like a cover girl shoot or something. Same with this one. A lot of these remind me of models that would be in a cover girl thing or on America's Top Model with Tyra Banks, you know. I love that show, by the way. Some of the hair is like focused, and other hairs are like not so focused. See, hers is a lot more detailed and focused compared to this one. It's very loose and free. So to me, this one to color might come off easier to color with a pastel or maybe a distress ink, while this one you could really go into detail with pencil work, bringing in those lights and darks really well. Look at her face, she's stunning. And like you can even see the differences, like it's not the same girl. As you're flipping through it and you look at the eyes and the noses, they're different girls, which is cool. Because some portrait books out there, it's like you flip through the pages and it feels like it's the same face, just different hair, different clothes. Yeah, these are all different, beautiful faces. I'm getting towards the end. I don't want it to flip fast on me, so. And it's going to be hard to choose one to color, to be honest. Look at her. I really love her hair and those curls, and the way she's turned at an angle is just stunning. This one is very tribal. All that. I don't know if I am brave enough to do that one today, but these are both of the books. It's called Beauty Close-Up, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and this is the company, I want to pronounce it how I pronounced it earlier, Umoja Ink Press, and it's the Beauty of Close-Up coloring books. And I'm gonna pause the video here and get out some stuff to color with, and then we are going to work on a page. I think what I may do is I may pull out some markers and we can kind of work on a page just with alcohol markers, just to show kind of an idea with alcohol markers. And then I may pull another page. I might not complete it on camera, but doing pencil work, just to show the difference and what you can accomplish with pencils versus alcohol markers in a gorgeous grayscale portrait. I can't promise to finish a pencil project on film because they take me a long time, because I really go into it. They can take days, but the marker one, I think I could probably get done in the camera. So sit tight and I'll get some stuff and we will color one of these beautiful ladies, and then maybe dabble in on another lady and kind of go from there. So give me just a minute, thanks. Hi friends, so I've started coloring this page out of volume 1. I thought this would be a perfect one to start with because it had hard, crisp lines, and that works great for alcohol markers. Here I'm using 3 different colors on the hair to do some dimension instead of just a straight color of marker. I actually recorded a previous video which was way too long explaining what I was doing, and I thought, okay, this is going to be way too long of a video, so I would just start coloring it and go for it. The coloring of the hair was like a time lapse, and now we're back to like just like a 2 times speed for coloring, just so we're not here all day. So basically what I did is I used 3 different colors of my Ohuhu markers to color the hair a dark, a light, or a dark, medium, and light shades. I believe the dark was mahogany, the medium was terracotta, and then the light was salmon, were the colors that I used for the hair. And what I'm doing right now is I'm actually taking a Prismacolor pencil and creating some lines so that the eyebrows don't look like just one block of color. And also these twists in her hair, there's several little individual strands that go into the head. And so I'm trying to make it so that those kind of blend into the head, so it's not just color laying on her head, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much be alcohol marker base this entire girl, and through the process I will use my Prismacolor pencils to do the makeup and to do some minor shading, but for the most part it's just alcohol markers. Now when I start coloring the skin, you'll notice that the marker that I'm using is drying out, and I'm praying to the marker gods to please get me through the face so I don't have one large line through the center of her face. If you use alcohol markers, the trick to getting basically a seamless look with alcohol markers is just to keep going and to keep that page wet with your alcohol ink. And so you kind of have to work fast, because if you lift or pick up or stop, you're going to create a line. It's just how alcohol markers work. I mean, after a while you'll get the hang of it, but when you're covering such a large face or a large area like a face, the best thing to do is work quickly and go from a small end to the next small end. If you see breaks in the face, like maybe by an eyebrow or something, there's already a line created because of the artwork. That is where you can stop, and you don't have to worry about the line thing because there's already a line in the artwork. So as you can see here, see how my marker is running out of juice, and I'm getting very worried very fast. I just suggest that if you're going to do portraits and you like to use markers, I highly suggest that you get almost like a brand new set of skin tone markers, just so you know that you have enough ink to complete an entire face. You don't want to run out mid color. I mean, that's the worst, because then it's like you can't find another color that matches, and even if you color something on top of it that's darker, it doesn't quite look right. Yeah. Basically work quickly if you have alcohol markers. Other things you could base with other than alcohol markers, if you don't want to do the whole thing in pencil, is you could use like a pan pastel. That can base something fairly quickly. You can try to use regular pastels, but it does take a little bit of time and it can be kind of messy. Yeah, I have just found in my experience that if I can base things with alcohol marker and then put in the pencil work on top, it just comes out 10 times better. So yeah, I was able to get through her whole face, and since she had a hairline, it actually made it so that I had an area where I could stop and go. I did go over some of that hairline and some of the shadowing with the marker again, just to accentuate the actual shadows and lines that already exist in the artwork, and in the lips as well. I will be adding color to the lips for makeup and stuff, but I like to always color everything, the eyes, like where I'd put eyeshadow, and the lips and everything with my base color. That way when I put makeup or whatever on top, it's almost like I've already put down a foundation, just like you would if you put makeup on your face. Your skin doesn't start out white, so it works out better for me if I'm working on the base that I have, if that makes sense. Working on top of your already existing skin tone. Now, I could have used a darker color for her skin, but I will be honest, I'm a little shy about doing dark skin because it intimidates me, and also I didn't want to cover up any of the grayscale. And the darker you go, the chances are you'll cover up the grayscale work. And so I tried to pick a color that was dark skin, but light enough that we can still see the grayscale underneath. I've decided to give her some like golden hoop earrings, and I don't have very many yellows in my Ohuhus anymore, so I'm just using what I have left to create kind of like a golden earring. And I will use some of these yellows in her eye as well, because I want to give like a brownish gold eye color when I go to the eyes. While I'm coloring this, I just want to let you guys know the coloring will actually stop at a certain point because my battery dies on my phone and I can't record anymore. And then I just have to, and I don't realize it, and then I finish the page, and then I come back and show you guys the finished work. So I'm not exactly sure where the cutoff is, but I'll just kind of continue talking to you through the process of what I'm doing right now and go from there. Now, I'm adding in a little bit of shading into the actual white parts of the eye because they're not stark white, and I will add shading here and there with alcohol markers as I see the need. I'm thinking that she would look really nice with some purple eyeshadow. And here I start with like a really light purple shade. And I feel like that's not enough. It's barely even noticeable. So I pull a darker purple, as you can see here. I'm like, whoa, did I just give her a black eye? I am going to fix it. So I do the other one, and I kind of flare it out on the corners of the eyes so that it gives more of a cat eye look. Something that I didn't do to the finished page is I was planning on going over the eyelashes again, but I didn't do that. But normally when I color my girls and put makeup on, I will go over the eyelashes and bring those to life with dark black ink of some sort. Here I'm doing some shading with some purple Prismacolors to blend in that eyeshadow a little bit better and create some depth, because I want to have the darker towards the back of the eyelid and the lighter towards the front. It actually creates you to look like you have bigger eyes. I've watched a lot of makeup tutorials, so that's what I'm trying to achieve here to the best of my ability. And I also go underneath the eye as well, a little bit, not just on the top lid. I go underneath the bottom lid as well, at least halfway, to create more of a smoky look. And then I'm using this lighter color. It's like the lightest purple color that comes in the Prisma, just to kind of smooth out those hard lines that were created with the marker, because I don't want her to look like literally like she got a black eye and a perfect circle is around her eye. I want it to blend in like she's wearing makeup. So yeah, I'm just playing with the colors until I feel that looks right, more or less. At this time, the reason why I'm doing this voice recording is my son has woken up and he has come in the kitchen and he's making noise. The dog is barking. We had a trash man come by, and so the dog was freaking out. And so I'm like, okay, do I stop the video or just finish doing what I'm doing and come back and just do a voice recording? So obviously, since I'm doing a voice recording, this is what I chose. A lot of times when I am recording, I have to opt for the voiceover because I have such a chaotic household. It's hard to get that quiet time and coloring time at the same time, if that makes sense. I can get plenty of coloring time in, but it's not a quiet house. And so that's why it's hard for me to create content, because it's never a dull moment in my home. Yeah, right now I'm taking my Prismacolors, and there is a brown color that I'm using to kind of go over these hairlines that are in her hairline, just to kind of go over those things to blend and go more into the head, so it makes more sense, so it doesn't just look like a line on her face. I want it to actually look like her hair belongs to her head. So I'm just doing the best I can. I guess technically I could have made her hair like purple or something, but I tried to go for a more natural look in regards to hair color, but I don't know how natural this is because it does look kind of orangey, but it works. Here I'm going over the lips. I didn't want to give like a bright red lip or a bright pink lip because I don't think that looks natural. But my video is about to stop right here, so I am going to show you the finish here in a second. Hey friends, so I'm so sorry about that. When I was coloring, my phone died and I used my phone for recording. So I finished her up. With markers, and then I added, I started adding makeup with markers, but then I added pencil on top to give it more of a blend, because I wanted her to have purple eyeshadow, but I didn't want her to look like she had black eyes. So I had to kind of play with it, and I kind of have this brownish golden eye color to kind of match the earrings, and a lot of my light purples were dying, so I know that her shirt is kind of blotchy, but for the most part, this is my girl that I have colored for this. And I was gonna do that pencil thing that we had talked about by showing you a technique with pencils, and I can still do that, but this is mostly alcohol marker, as you can clearly see, and I have gone in with pencils to smooth things out, like with her lips, and to add some blush. Basically, it's easier to achieve a softer look with pencils versus markers, because markers create hard lines. But that's how my girl turned out for this. And I'm just gonna pick just another random one. Maybe I'll just use her just to show you with pencils real fast. I don't know if this is a good angle or not, but I'm going to show you how I would do shading with pencil just on her strand here. And just for fun, let's do purple, just so it's just something fun and colorful, and yeah. That way you guys can have something fun to look at. So how I would do it is I'd have a 3-color blend, and I would take the darkest and I would go on the darkest line, the darkest areas, just like I did with the markers. Just trying to get a section so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I would take my medium, which is the Permaviolet. So these are Prismacolor pencils. And I would go on top of that, bring it in a little more, just hitting those medium tones, not pressing incredibly hard because I don't want to take away the lines that the artist has already given us, but I want to go over the dark line. And then I'm going to take my lightest one, which is lavender, and go over the top of that. And with pencils, you can always go back in if you need to add some more dark, medium, if you feel like it needs more. But I just colored just a small little area. I just wanted to show you how I take grayscale with pencil. So yeah, that is how I color grayscale with pencil. And like I said, this is these beauty close-up books. I want to thank the company for sending these to me, and I want to thank you guys for watching. And I do apologize about that video running out in the middle of the coloring process. But again, let me show you my finished girl. Now that I've turned the page, here's my finished girl. Let's just zoom her out a little. And let me know what you guys think. So have a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.